Question number 401. Maximum efficiency of transmission of power through a pipe is option A 25%, option B 33.3%, option C 50%, option D 66.6%, and option E 100%. So correct answer is a D, it will be 66.6%. Question number 402. If the pressure at the inlet of a pipe is 90 kg per centimeter square and the pressure drop over the pipeline is 10 kg per centimeter square, the efficiency of transmission is option A 66.6%, option B 77.7%, option C 55.5%, option D 88.8%, option E 44.4%. Correct answer is A, it will be 66.6%. Question number 403. The hydraulic mean depth for a circular pipe of diameter D running full is equal to option A D, option B D by 3, option C D by 2, option D D by 4, and option E D by 5. So correct answer is D, it will be D upon 4. Question number 404. Hydraulic gradient is equal to option A difference in water surface upon total length of channel, option B head loss due to friction upon total length of channel, option C weighted perimeter upon total length of channel, option D area of cross section upon total length of channel, option E none of the above. So correct answer is B, it will be head loss due to friction upon total length of channel. Question number 405. The total frictional resistance to fluid flow is independent of option A density of fluid, option B velocity, option C pressure, option D surface roughness, and option E area of weighted surface. Correct answer is C, it will be pressure. Question number 406. The ratio of the hydraulic radius of a pipe running full of water to the hydraulic radius of a square section of a channel whose side is equal to the diameter of the pipe is option A 1, option B 1 upon 2, option C 1 upon 3, option D 3 upon 4, and option E is none of the above. Correct answer is D, it will be 3 upon 4. Question number 407. Velocity of pressure waves due to pressure pressure disturbance imposed in a fluid is equal to option A under root of bulk modulus E upon density sigma, option B under root of E into sigma, option C under root of sigma upon E, option D under root of 1 upon sigma E, and option E is none of the above. Correct answer is A, it will be under root of bulk modulus E upon density sigma. Question number 408. The velocity of fluid particle at the center of pipe section is option A 0, option B is minimum, option C is maximum, option D average of full section, option E is some value in between minimum and maximum. Correct answer is a C. It will be maximum. Question number 409. Steady flow occurs when option A. Conditions change steadily with time. Option B. Conditions do not change with time at any point. Option C. Conditions are same at adjacent point with time. Option D. Velocity vector at any point remains constant. And option E. None of the above. So correct answer is a B. It will be condition do not change with time at any point. Question number 410. Uniform flow occurs when option A. At every point the velocity vector is identical in magnitude and direction for any given instant. Option B. The flow is steady. Option C. Discharge through a pipe is constant. And option D is conditions do not change with time at any point. And option E is none of the above. So correct answer is A. It will be at every point the velocity vector is identical in magnitude and direction for any given instant. Question number 411. Which of the following represents steady uniform flow? Option A. Flow through an expanding tube at an increasing rate. Option B. Flow through an expanding tube at constant rate. Option C. Flow through a long pipe at decreasing rate. Option D. Flow through a long pipe at constant rate. Option E. None of the above. Correct answer is D. It will be flow through a long pipe at constant rate. Question number 412. In the case of turbulent flow, option A, it occurs in open channel. Option B, losses are proportional to square of velocity. Option C, velocity at boundary is 0. Option D, it is not possible to measure flow. Option E, shear stresses are more compared to laminar flow. Correct answer is E. It will be shear stresses are more compared to laminar flow. Question number 413. For a siphon to work satisfactorily, the minimum pressure in the pipe as compared to vapor pressure of liquid should be option A more, option B less, option C equal, option D could be anything, option E unpredictable. Correct answer is A. It will be more. Question number 414. Water hammer in pipes occurs due to option A, someone hitting the pipe with a hammer. Option B, sudden change in the velocity of any flowing fluid. Option C, heavy pressurization of pipe. Option D, obstruction in pipe. Option E, none of the above. Correct answer is B, sudden change in the velocity of any flowing fluid. Question number 415. If a liquid in a pipe suddenly undergoes a change in velocity by delta V, and if rho is density of liquid and c is the velocity of pressure wave or speed of sound in liquid, then change in pressure experienced equals option A rho C upon delta V. Option B minus delta V upon rho C. Option C is minus rho delta V upon C. Option D minus rho upon C delta V, and option E is none of the above. So correct answer is A, it will be rho C upon delta V. Question number 416. Which of the following represents unsteady non-uniform flow? Option A, flow through an expanding tube at an increasing rate. Option B, flow through an expanding tube at constant rate. Option C, flow through a long pipe at decreasing rate. Option D, flow through a pipe at constant rate. Option E is none of the above. Correct answer is A, flow through an expanding tube at an increasing rate. Question number 417. Critical path of a channel is equal to option A, V square upon G. Option B is V square upon 2G. Option C, V square upon 4G. Option D is V into G, and option E is V square into G. Correct answer is A, it will be V square upon G. Question number 418. In a short cylindrical external mouthpiece, the vena contracta occurs at a place which is at a distance equal to option A, diameter of the orifice from the outlet of orifice. Option B, 1/4 the diameter of the orifice from the outlet of orifice. Option C, 1/3 the diameter of the orifice from the outlet of orifice. Option D, 2/3 the diameter of the orifice from the outlet of the orifice, and option E is none of the above. Correct answer is B, it will be 1/4 the diameter of the orifice from the outlet of orifice. Question number 419. Firehouse nozzle is generally made of option A, divergent shape. Option B, convergent shape. Option C is a convergent divergent shape. Option D is a cylindrical shape. Option E is a parabolic shape. Correct answer is B, it will be convergent shape. Question number 420. Chassis equation is used to determine option A, velocity of flow in open channel. Option B, velocity of flow in pipe, and option C is a flow over a weir, and option D is a discharge through notch, and option E is a flow through mouthpiece. Correct answer is A, it will be velocity of flow in an open channel. Question number 421. Equation of continuity results from the principle of conservation of option A, energy. Option B is a flow. Option C is a mass. Option D is a momentum. Option E is entropy. So correct answer is a C, it's a result. Equation of continuity results from the principle of conservation of mass. Question number 422. Hydraulic grade line for any flow system as compared to energy line is option A. Above, option B is below, option C is at same level, option D may be below or above depending upon velocity of flow. Option E is none of the above. So correct answer is a B, it's a below. Question number 423. The cause of turbulence in fluid flow may be option A high velocity gradient, option B high Reynolds number, option C discontinuity in velocity distribution, option D high friction and stress in flow. So correct answer is A. It's a high velocity gradient. Question number 424. The magnitude of water hammer depends on option A length of pipe, option B elastic properties of pipe material, option C rate of stoppage of flow, option D all of the above, and option E is none of the above. So correct answer is D, it's all of the above. Question number 425. The magnitude of water hammer does not depend upon option A temperature of fluid, option B length of pipe, option C elastic properties of pipe material, option D time of valve closure, and option E rate of stoppage of flow. So correct answer is A, it's because of temperature. It means temperature is not, it's not depend on the temperature. Question number 426. Which of the following represents unsteady uniform flow? Option A flow through an expanding tube at an increasing rate, option B flow through an expanding tube at constant rate, option C flow through a long pipe at decreasing rate, option D flow through a long pipe at constant rate, option E is all of the above. So correct answer is C flow through a long pipe at is decreasing rate, which is the represent unsteady uniform flow. Okay. Question number 427. A weir in which the downstream water level of the weir nap is higher than the crest is called option A submerged weir, option B overflowing weir, option C broad crested weir, option D sploty weir, and option E is Ogie's weir. So correct answer is A, it's a submerged weir. Question number 428. Discharge through a totally submerged orifice is directly proportional to option A the difference in elevation of water surface, option B the square root of the difference in elevation of water surface, option C the square root of the area of the opening, option D reciprocal of the area of the opening, option E is none of the above. So correct answer is a B. Question number 429. The upper surface of the weir over which water flows is known as option A is a vane, option B is a nap, option C is a sill, option D is a weir top surface, option E is none of the above. Correct answer is a C, it's called sill. Question number 430. Which of the following represents steady non-uniform flow? Option A. Flow through an expanding tube at an increasing rate. Option B. Flow through an expanding tube at constant rate. Option C. Flow through a long pipe at decreasing rate. Option D. Flow through a long pipe at constant rate. Option E is none of the above. Correct answer is a B. It's a flow through an expanding tube at constant rate. Question number 431. Drag is defined as the force component exerted on an immersed object. The component acting in direction. Option A, normal to flow direction. Option B, parallel to flow direction. Option C is at resultant angle, and option D is radial to flow direction, and option E is opposite to flow direction. So correct answer is a B. Drag is defined as the force component exerted on an immersed object, the component acting in direction of parallel to flow direction. Question number 432. Pressure drag as per boundary layer theory is function of option A, shape of body. Option B, dimensions of body. Option C, flow direction. Option D, separation of flow. Option E, shape of body and separation of flow. So correct answer is E. It will be shape of body and separation of flow. Question number 433. Profile drag is equal to option A, friction drag minus pressure drag. Option B, pressure drag minus friction drag. Option C, pressure drag plus friction drag. Option D, pressure drag into friction drag. And option E, pressure drag plus friction drag divided by 2. So correct answer is C. It will be pressure drag plus friction drag. Question number 434. Bluff body. Body is the body of such a shape that pressure drag as compared to friction drag is option A same, option B is more, option C is less, option D is 0, and option E is negligible. Correct answer is B. It's a more. Question number 435. A body is said to be provided optimum amount of streamlining when option A, friction drag is minimum. Option B, pressure drag is minimum. Option C, profile drag, it's that sum of friction drag and pressure drag is minimum. Option D, product of friction and pressure drag is minimum. And option E is a friction drag is a minimum and pressure drag is maximum. So correct answer is C, profile drag, it's that sum of friction drag and pressure drag is minimum. Question number 436. The flow of any fluid, real or ideal, must fulfill the following. Option A, Newton's law of viscosity. Option B, Newton's second law of viscosity. Option C, velocity at boundary must be 0 relative to the boundary. Option D, the continuity equation. Option E, none of the above. So correct answer is D. It will be the continuity equation. Question number 437. Turbulent flow generally occurs for cases involving option A, very slow motions, option B, very viscous fluids, option C, very narrow passage, option D, all of the above, and option E is none of the above. Correct answer is none of the above, because turbulent flow is generally occurs not because of slow motion, not because of very viscous fluid, not because of narrow passage, so it's a none of the above. Question number 438. In turbulent flow, option A, the shear stress are generally large than in an similar laminar flow. Option B, fluid particles move in orderly manner. Option C, momentum transfer is on a molecular scale only. Option D, cohesion is more effective than momentum transfer in causing shear stresses, and option E is none of the above. Correct answer is A. It's in the turbulent flow, the shear stresses are generally larger than in a similar laminar flow. Question number 439. In laminar flow, option A, the velocity is no consideration. Option B, Newton's law of viscosity applies. Option C, losses are proportional to square of velocity. Option D, generally occurs in practices, and option E is rarely occurs. So correct answer is B, Newton's law of viscosity is applies. Question number 440. Continuity equation can take the form. Option A, Q is equal to P V and V. Option B, rho 1 A1 is equal to rho 2 A2. Option C is A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. Option D is a P1 A1 V1 is equal to P2 A2 V2, and option E is all of the above. So correct answer is C. Continuity equation can take the form A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. Question number 441. The continuity equation option A requires that Newton's second law of motion be satisfied at every point in fluid. Option B relates the momentum per unit volume for 2 points on a streamline. Option C expresses the relation between energy and work. Option D relates mass rate of a flow along a streamline. Option E is none of the above. So correct answer is D. It's relates mass rate of flow along a streamline. Question number 442. Continuity equation relates. Option A, conservation of mass and momentum. Option B, energy and work. Option C, frictional losses. Option D, mass rate of flow along a streamline. Option E is a shear stress in turbulent flow. Correct answer is D. It's a mass rate of flow along a streamline. Question number 443. The continuity equation in fluid flow, option A, states that energy is constant along a streamline. Option B states that energy is a constant everywhere in the fluid. Option C applies to irrotational flow only. Option D states that the net rate of inflow into small volume must be 0. Option E is none of the above. So correct answer is D. It states that the net rate of inflow into small volume must be 0. Question number 444. Head loss in turbulent flow in a pipe, option A, varies directly as velocity, option B, varies inversely as square of velocity, and option C, varies approximately as square of velocity, and option D, depends upon orientation of pipe, and option E is varies inversely as velocity. So correct answer is C, it varies approximately as square of velocity. Question number 445. The losses in open channel vary as proportional to option A, velocity v, option B, v square, option C, under root of v, option D, v cube, option E is 1 upon under root v. So correct answer is B, it's varies proportional to v square. Question number 446. The losses due to sudden expansion are expressed by option A, v1 square minus v2 square divided by 2g, option B, v2 square minus v1 square divided by 2g, and option C is v1 minus v2 whole square divided by g, option D, v1 minus v2 whole square divided by 2g, and option E is 0.5 v1 square divided by 2g. So correct answer is D, it's a v1 minus v2 whole square divided by 2g. Question number 447. The losses due to sudden contraction are expressed by option A, v1 square minus v2 square divided by 2g, option B, v2 square minus v1 square divided by 2g, and option C is a v1 minus v2 whole square divided by g, and option D is a v1 minus v2 whole cube, or maybe square divided by 2g, and option E is a 0.5 v1 square divided by 2g. So correct answer is E, it will be 0.5 v1 square divided by 2g. Question number 448. The depth of water below the spillway and after hydraulic jump are 1 meter and 6 meter respectively. The head lost will be option A, 1.04 meter, option B 5 meter, option C 1.7 meter, and option D 2.05 meter, and option E is none of the above. So correct answer is A, it will be 1.04 meter. Question number 449. The velocity distribution for flow between two fixed parallel plates, option A, it constant over the cross section, option B, is 0 at the plates and increases linearly to the midplane, option C, varies parabolically across the section, and option D is 0 in middle and increases linearly towards the plate, and option E is none of these. So correct answer is C, it varies parabolically across the section. Question number 450. Bernoulli's theorem is applicable for option A, streamline flow, option B, steady flow, option C is turbulent flow, and option D is normal flow, option E is perfect incompressible fluid flow in continuous streams. So correct answer is E, it's a perfect incompressible fluid flowing in continuous streams. Question number 451. The shear stress in a fluid flowing in a round pipe, option A, is a constant over the cross section. Option B is a zero at the wall and increases linearly to the center. Option C is a zero at center and varies linearly with radius. Option D varies parabolically across the section, and option E is unpredictable. So correct answer is C, zero at center and varies linearly with radius. Question number 452. Which one is the correct statement? Option A, hydraulic grade line should always be above the center line of conduit. Option B, hydraulic grade line should always be below the center line of conduit. Option C, hydraulic grade line should always be parallel to the center line of conduit. And option D, hydraulic grade line may be above or below the center line of conduit. And option E is none of the above. So correct answer is D, hydraulic grade line may be over or below the center line of conduit. Question number 453. A liquid jet from a nozzle exposed to atmosphere traverses along option A, a straight line, option B, a circular path, option C, an elliptical path, option D, parabolic path, and option E is a hyperbolic path. So correct answer is D, it will be parabolic path. Question number 454. In laminar flow through a round tube, the discharge varies. Option A, linearly as the velocity. Option B, inversely as the pressure drop. Option C, as the cube of the diameter. Option D, inversely as the velocity. Option E, directly as the static head. Correct answer is D, it will be inversely as the viscosity. Question number 455. If rho is density of fluid, then pressure of fluid due to water hammer is directly proportional to option A is rho, option B 1 upon under root rho, option C under root rho, option D rho square, option E 1 upon rho square. So correct answer is B, it will be 1 upon under root rho. Question number 456. The magnitude of rise of pressure due to water hammer in a rigid and non-elastic pipe carrying water of density rho and bulk modulus K will be equal to option A under root of K upon rho, option B under root of K P, it's maybe rho, okay, and option C is under root of rho upon K, and option D is K upon rho, and option E is a K into rho. So correct answer is A, it will be under root of K upon rho. Question number 457. Separation occurs when option A, the velocity of sound is reached, option B, the boundary layer comes to rest, option C, the cross section of a channel is reduced, option D, the pressure reaches a minimum, option E all of the above. Correct answer is B, Separation occurs when the boundary layer comes to rest. Question number 458. The value of coefficient of velocity compared to coefficient of discharge. Option A is less, option B is more, option C is has no relation, option D is the same, option E is none of the above. So correct answer is B, it will be is a more. Question number 459. The hydraulic radius is given by option A weighted perimeter divided by area, option B is divided by area divided by square of weighted perimeter, option C area divided by weighted perimeter, option D square root of area, and option E is none of the above. Correct answer is C, it's area divided by weighted perimeter. Question number 460. Pick up the correct statement. Option A venturi meter is more accurate than nozzle, option B nozzle has the same accuracy as venturi but pressure loss is more and cost is low, option C pressure loss in both is same, option D venturi meter has no restriction on availability of straight length, and option E is nozzle has no restriction on availability of a straight length. So correct answer is B, it will be nozzle has the same accuracy as a venturi but pressure loss is more and cost is low. Question number 461. Rotometer is used to measure option A rotation, option B is a flow, option C is a pressure, and option D is a velocity, and option E is a viscosity. So correct answer is B, it will be flow. So rotometer is used to measure flow. Question number 462. The most economical section of a trapezoidal channel for maximum discharge is obtained when option A hydraulic depth is equal to half of depth, option B half of top width will be equal to sloping side, option C length at perpendicular from center of top width to bottom and sloping side are equal, option D all of the above, option E is none of the above. Correct answer is D all of the above. Question number 463. When venturimeter is inclined, then for a given flow it will show option A less reading, option B more reading, option C is the same reading, option D is a inaccurate reading, and option E is a erroneous reading. So correct answer is a C, it will be same reading. Question number 464. The vertical component of force on a curved surface submerged in a static liquid is equal to the option A mass of the liquid above the curved surface, option B weight of the liquid above the curved surface, option C product of pressure of center of gravity multiplied by the area of the curved surface, and option D product of pressure at the center of gravity multiplied by the projected area of the curved surface. So correct answer is B, it will be weighted of the liquid above the curved surface. Question number 465. Two pipe lines at different pressures PA and PB, each carrying the same liquid at specific gravity S1, are connected to a U-tube with a liquid of specific gravity is S2, resulting in the level difference is H1 and H2 and H3 as shown in the figure below. The difference in pressure head between point A and B in terms of head of water is. Okay, so look at carefully on this diagram, and in this question the option A is a H1 S2 plus H2 S1 plus H3 S1 will be the, okay, it's asking about the difference in a pressure head between point AB and in terms of a head of the water. So first option is a H1 S2 plus H2 S1 plus H3 S1, and option B is a H1 S1 plus H2 S2 minus H3 and S1. Option C is a H1 S1 minus H2 S2 minus H3 S1, and option D is H1 S1 plus H2 S2 plus H3 S1. Okay, so these are four options. So correct is D. It will be H1 S1 plus H2 S2 plus H3 S1. Okay. Question number 466. In a rough turbulent flow in a pipe, the friction factor would depend upon option A, velocity of flow, option B, pipe diameter, option C, type of fluid flowing, and option D is the pipe condition and pipe diameter. So you can look at the diagram. It's between log F and log RE, and laminar flow curve and turbulent flow as shown in the figure. So correct answer is a D, because in a rough turbulent flow in a pipe, the friction factor would be depend upon pipe condition and pipe diameter. Question number 467. In turbo machinery, the relevant parameters are volume, flow rate, density, viscosity, bulk modulus, pressure difference, power consumption, rotational speed, and characteristics dimensions. According to Buckingham Pi theorem, the number of independent non-dimensional groups for this case is option A 3, option B is a 4, option C is a 5, and option D is a 6. So correct answer is a D. It will be 6. Question number 468. List first is gives a 4 dimensionless numbers, and list second is gives the type of forces which are one of the constituents describing the numbers. Match the list first with the list second and select the correct answer using the codes given below the list. Okay, in the first list there is option, okay, it's not option, is a A is a Euler number and B is a Ford number, option okay, C is a Mach number and D is the Weber number. And in the second list there is a pressure force, gravity force, and third is a viscous force, fourth is a surface tension, and fifth is the elastic force. And codes as given options. So correct answer is a D. It will be this one. And according to D, it means the Euler number will be a pressure force, and Ford number, it will be gravity force, and C, it means it will be belong to 5. So the Mach number is belong to elastic force, and then Weber number is belong to fourth, it means the surface tension. Okay. Question number 469. In a pipe flow, the head lost due to friction of 6 meter. If the power transmitted through the pipe has to be the maximum, then the total head at the inlet of the pipe will have to be maintained at option A 36 meter, option B 30 meter, option C is 24 meter, and option D is 18 meter. So correct answer is also D, it will be 18 meter. Question number 470. If H is the total head at inlet and small h1 is the head lost due to friction, efficiency of power transmission through a straight pipe is given by option A capital H minus small h1 divided by capital H, option B capital H in the small bracket capital H plus small h1, option C capital H minus small h1 and divided by capital H plus small h1, and option D is a capital H is divided by capital H minus small h1. So correct answer is A, it will be capital H minus small h1 and divided by capital H. Question number 471. A dimensionless group formed with the variables rho density, omega angular velocity, mu is a dynamic viscosity, and capital D is a characteristics diameter is. So in this option A rho omega mu divided by d square, option B rho omega d square divided by mu, option C rho omega mu into d square, and option D is rho omega mu only d. Okay, so correct answer is a B. Okay, the question is a dimensionless group formed with the variables rho omega mu and d characteristics, so it will be option B because rho omega and d square divided by mu. Okay, question number 472. The following terms relate to floating bodies: center of gravity capital G, metacenter capital M, weight of floating body capital W, point force capital F subscript B, and you have to match the list first with the list second and select these correct answers. So in the first list you have conditions G is above M. In the B, option B is a G and M is coincide, and option C is a G is below the M, and option D is a F subscript B is greater than and equal to W, and you have the result: stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium, floating body, and natural equilibrium. So in this situation, correct answer is a D, and according to D, it means if the G is above the M, then it will be unstable equilibrium. And we have to see the B. If the G and M coincide, it means natural equilibrium. Okay, and according to C, the G is below the M. In this case, it will be stable equilibrium. And if the F subscript B is greater than and equal to W, then it will be floating body. Okay. Question number 473. For fully developed laminar flow through a pipe, the volumetric flow is given by symbols have the usual meaning. Option A, pi upon 8 mu into r power 4 in the small bracket minus dp upon z. Option B, pi upon 4 mu into minus dp upon dz. And option C, pi upon 32 mu into r power 4 the small bracket minus dp upon z. And option D, pi upon 16 mu r power 4 into minus dp upon dz. So correct answer is A. Question number 474. The parental pitot tube was used to measure the velocity of a fluid of specific gravity S1. The differential manometer with a fluid of specific gravity S2 connected to the pitot tube recorded a level difference as a small h. The velocity v is given by the expression option A, under root of 2gh S1 divided by S2 minus 1, and option B, under root of 2gh S2 divided by S1 minus 1, and option C, under root of 2gh the small bracket S1 minus S2, and option D is under root of 2gh the small bracket S2 minus S1. So correct answer is a D. It will be under root of 2gh the small bracket S2 minus S1. Question number 475. The expression P plus rho g z plus rho v square upon 2, commonly used to express Bernoulli's equation, has units of option A, total energy per unit mass, option B is the total energy per unit weight, option C, total energy per unit volume, option D, total energy per unit cross sectional area of flow. So correct answer is C. It's a total energy per unit volume. Question number 476. Match the list first and second list and select the correct answer. Then the first list you will see the properties of the fluids: ideal fluid, and Newtonian fluid, and mu upon P, and mercury in glass. And in the second list you will be see the definition and results. So viscosity does not change with the rate of deformation, fluid of the zero viscosity, and dynamic viscosity, capillary depression, kinematic viscosity, and capillary rise. So according to this, correct answer is C, and it means the ideal fluid. Okay, ideal fluid is connected to the fluid of the zero viscosity. and Newtonian fluid is connected to the viscosity does not change with the rate of deformation. Okay, and mu upon p is connected to 3, it means dynamic viscosity, and mercury in glass, it means it's a capillary rise. Question number 477. List first gives the different items related to a boundary layer. A list second gives the mathematical expressions. Match the list first with the list second and select the correct answer using the code given below. The list and symbols have the usual meaning. So in the list first you will be see the boundary layer thickness, displacement thickness, momentum thickness and energy thickness. And in the list second you will be see the mathematical expressions. So correct answer is A, and according to A, the boundary layer thickness is that one, so y is equal to a del and u will be 0.99 u infinity, and displacement thickness will be integration del to 0 1 minus u upon capital U infinity dy, and momentum thickness is integration del to 0 u and capital U infinity in the small bracket 1 minus u upon u infinity and dy, and energy thickness will be connected to 4 integration del to 0 u upon u infinity and in the small bracket 1 minus u square upon u square infinity in dy. Question number 478. A laminar boundary layer occurs over a flat plate at 0 incidence to the flow. The thicknesses of boundary layer at a section 2 meter from the leading edge is 2 mm. The thickness of boundary layer at a section 4 meter from the leading edge will be option A 2 into 2 square mm, and option B 2 into 2 power half mm, and option C 2 into 2 power 4 upon 5 mm, and option D 2 into 2 power 1 upon 5 mm. So correct answer is B, it will be 2 into 2 power half mm. Question number 479. The model of a propeller 3 meter in diameter and crushing at 10 meter per second in air is tested in a wind tunnel on a 1:10 scale model. If a thrust of 50 Newton is measured on the model at 5 meter per second wind speed, then the thrust on the prototype will be option A 20,000 Newton, option B 2000 Newton, option C is 500 Newton, and option D is a 200 Newton. So correct answer is A, it will be 20,000 Newton. Question number 480. For solid sphere falling vertically downward under gravity in a viscous fluid, the terminal velocity v1 varies with a diameter capital D on the sphere as option A v1 is proportional to d power half for all diameter, and option B is a v1 is proportional to d square for all diameters, and option C is a v1 is proportional to d power half for large d, and v1 proportional to d square for the small d, and option D is a v1 is proportional to d square for the large d, and v1 proportional to d half for the small d. So correct answer is a B, it will be v proportional to d square for the whole diameters. Okay, question number 481. In the region of boundary layer nearest to the wall where the velocity is not equal to 0, the viscous force are option A of the same order of magnitude as the inertial forces, and option B more than inertial forces, and option C is less than inertial forces, and option D is negligible. So correct answer is C, it will be less than the inertial forces. Question number 482. Which one of the following statement is correct? Option A. Which one of following statement is correct? Hydrodynamic entrance length for option A. Laminar flow is greater than that for turbulent flow. Option B is turbulent flow is greater than that for laminar flow, and option C is a laminar flow is equal to that for turbulent flow, and option D is a given flow can be determined only if the Prandtl number is known. So correct answer is A, it's a laminar flow is greater than that for turbulent flow. Question number 483. Match the list first with the list second and select the correct answer. So in the list first you will be see the Reynolds number, Prandtl number, Nusselt number and Mach number, and in the second list you will be read film coefficient, pipe diameter, thermal conductivity, and in the second flow velocity, acoustic velocity and heat capacity, dynamic viscosity, thermal conductivity, and flow velocity, pipe diameter, kinematic viscosity. Okay, so according to this it will be the correct answer is B, and according to B it means Reynolds number is belong to this one, it means the flow velocity, pipe diameter, kinematic viscosity. Okay, and Prandtl number is belong to this one, it means third one, and heat capacity, dynamic viscosity, thermal conductivity. And Nusselt number is belong to first, so it's a film coefficient, pipe diameter, thermal conductivity. And Mach number is belong to option 2, it's a flow velocity, acoustic velocity. Okay, question number 484. A rectangular water tank full of the brine has its length, breadth and height in the ratio of 2:1:2. The ratio of hydrostatic forces at the bottom to that at any large vertical vertical surface is option A is half, option B is 1, option C is 2, option D is 4. So correct answer is A. It will be half. Question number 485. Match the list first fluid properties and with the list second is related the terms and select the correct answer. So in the first list there is a capillarity, vapor pressure, viscosity and specific gravity, and in the second list is a cavitation, density of water, shear force and surface tension. So correct answer is here is D, and according to option option D, there is a is it means capillarity is belong to the surface tension, and vapor pressure is belong to cavitation, and viscosity is belong to shear forces, and specific gravities belong to density of water. Question number 486. Match list first with list second and select the correct answer. In the first list is a predominant forces: compressibility force, gravity force, surface tension force, and viscous force. And the list second is dimensionless numbers: Euler's numbers, Prandtl number, Mach number, Reynolds number, and Weber number. So here's the correct answer is a B. And according to B, it means the compressibility force is belong to the Mach number, and gravity force is belong to Prandtl number, and surface tension force is belong to Weber number, and viscous force means D is belong to force means Reynolds number. Question number 487. In the contest of performance evaluation of IC engine, match list first with list second and select the correct answer. In the first list is the parameters, and second list is the equipment for measurement. So in the first list is a brake power and engine speed, calorific value of fuel, and exhaust emission. In the second list is a bob, calorimeter, electrical tachometer, and hydraulic dynamometer, and fourth is a flame ionization detector. So correct answer is a C, and according to C it will be option A, means brake power bhp is calculated by the hydraulic dynamometer, and is the engine speed is calculated by the electric tachometer, and calorific value of the fuel is calculated by the bomb calorimeter, and exhaust emission is calculated by the flame ionization detector. Okay. Question number 488. A large metacentric height in a vessel. Option A improves the stability and makes periodic time to oscillation is longer. Option B impairs stability and makes the periodic time of oscillation is shorter. Option C has no effect on stability or the periodic time of oscillation, and option D is improves stability and makes the periodic time of oscillation shorter. So correct answer is D. It will improve the stability and makes the periodic time of oscillation is shorter. Question number 489. For an irrotational flow, the velocity potential lines and the streamlines are always option A parallel to each other, option B is coplanar, option C is orthogonal to each other, and option D is inclined to the horizontal. So correct answer is C, they are orthogonal to each other. Question number 490. Match list first with the list second and select the correct answer using the codes given below in the list. So list first is the measuring devices like anemometer and piezometer, pitot tube, and orifice. In the list second you will be see the parameter measured like flow rate, velocity, static pressure, and difference between static and stagnation pressure. So in this question correct answer is C. Okay, there is options. Correct answer is C, and according to C is 2341. Okay, so in this way, so anemometer is used for velocity, and piezometer is used for static pressure, pitot tube is used for difference between static and stagnation pressure, and orifice is used for the flow rate. Okay. Question number 491. Flow separation is caused by option A, reduction of pressure to local vapor pressure, option B, a negative pressure gradient, and option C, a positive pressure gradient, and option D, things of boundary layer thickness to 0. So correct answer is B, it's a negative pressure gradient. Question number 492. The normal stress is the same in all direction at the point in a fluid only when, option A, the fluid is frictionless, option B, the fluid is frictionless and incompressible, and option C, the fluid has zero viscosity and is at rest, and option D, one fluid layer has no motion relative to an adjacent layer. So correct answer is B, the fluid is frictionless and incompressible. Question number 493. A house top water tank is made of a flat plates and it full to the brim. Its height is twice that of any side. The ratio of force on the bottom of the tank to that on any side will be, option A is a 4, option B is a 2, option C is a 1, option D is a half. So correct answer is a B, it will be 2. Question number 494. A right circular cylinder open at the top is filled with liquid of relative density 1.2. It is rotated about its vertical axis at such a speed that half the liquid spills out. The pressure at the center of the bottom will be, option A, 0, option B, 1/4 of the value when the cylinder was full, option C, half of the value when the cylinder was full, option D, not determinable from the given data. So correct answer is A, it will be 0. Question number 495. Match list first with the second regarding a body partially submerged in a liquid and select the correct answer using the codes given below in the list. Okay, in the first list there is a center of pressure. In the list second there is a point of application of the weight of the displaced liquid. The list first is the center of gravity. In the list second is the point about which the body starts oscillating when tilted by a small angle, and option first in the list first, C, is the center of buoyancy, and the list second is the point of application of hydrostatic force, and D is the meta center, and the fourth is the point of application of the weight of the body. So here correct answer is C, and according to C, center of pressure will be connected to the point of application of hydrostatic force. Okay, and center of gravity will be connected to the point of application of the weight of the body, and center of buoyancy is connected to the point of application of the weight of displaced liquid, and metacenter is connected to the point, second point about which the body starts oscillating when tilted by a small angle. Okay. Question number 496. A bucket of water hangs with a spring balance. If an iron piece is suspended into water from another support without touching the sides of the buckets, the spring balance will show option A an increasing reading, option B a decreasing reading, option C change in reading, option D increase or decrease reading depending on the depth of immersion. So here correct answer is a C, it will be no change in reading. Question number 497. If the surface tension of water air interfere is a 0.073 Newton per meter, the gauge pressure inside a raindrop of 1 mm diameter will be option A 0.146 Newton per meter square, option B 73 Newton per meter square, option C 146 Newton per meter square, and option D is a 292 Newton per meter square. So correct answer is a D, it will be 292 Newton per meter square. Question number 498. The velocity in laminar flow becomes equal to the average velocity at following radius from the center of a pipe of radius r0. Option A r0 divided by 2, option B r0 under root of 2, and option C is r0 under root of 3, and option D is a 2r0 divided by under root 3. So correct answer is a B, it will be r0 divided by under root 2. Okay. Question number 499. Figure below shows 3 pipes. The equivalent diameters of these pipes in decreasing order will be. Okay, there is a cross sections of the pipes. One is a square, A is the square, and B is the triangular, and C is a rectangular. Okay, so the first option, it's talking about the equivalent diameter of these pipes in the decreasing order. Okay, so B is greater than C is greater than A. Option B is greater than A and A is greater than C. Option C is A is greater than B and B is greater than C, and option D is A is greater than C and C is greater than B. So correct answer is a D, because in this way A is greater than, it means this one is greater than C, okay, from this one, and C is greater than this one, it means B. Okay. Question number 500. A large stone weight 100 kg in air, and when it is immersed in water, its weight is 60 kg. Its specific weight is option A 1500 kg per meter cube, option B 2000 kg per meter cube, option C 2500 kg per meter cube, option D 3000 kg per meter cube. Correct answer C, it's 2500 kg per meter cube. Question number 501. It is desired to predict the pressure drop in a large air duct. A model is constructed with linear dimensions 1/10 those of the prototype, and water is used as the test fluid. If water is 1000 times denser than air and has 100 times the viscosity of air. Determine the pressure drop in the prototype for the condition corresponding to a pressure drop of 1 kg per centimeter square in the model. Option A, it will be 0.001 kg per centimeter square. Option B, it will be 0.01 kg per centimeter square. Option C, it will be 0.1 kg per centimeter square, and option D is a 10 kg per centimeter square. So correct answer is here is A, it's a 0.001 kg per centimeter square. Question number 502. A model of the hull of a ship is to be constructed to determine the drag characteristics of the ship in a towing tank. If the hull model is made 3 meter long and ship is taken to be 300 meter long, at what speed the model be operated to obtain data for ship operating at 100 km per hour? Towing tank is filled with sea water. Compared to prototype mode, the speed and force on model will be option A 0.01 between 10 the power minus 4 and option B 0.1 and power 10 the power minus 5, option C 0.1 and comma 10 the power minus 6, option D 0.01 and 10 the power minus 6. So correct answer is C, it will be 0.1 and comma 10 the power minus 6. Question number 503. In the design of a deep diving submersibles, in the design of deep diving submersible, the major requirements are minimum weight for buoyancy and maximum strength for pressure. The ideal choice for this purpose would be as per following parts given in the figure in below. So there are 5 different figures. Option A is a vessel of revolution. Option B is a intersecting sphere. Option C is a conical vessel, and option D is a ellipsoidal vessel, and option E is a thick cylinder. So here option is A, B, C, D and E. What will be the ideal choice? So correct answer is a B, it will be intersecting spheres. Question number 504. Figure below shows the relative values of absolute viscosities of some important liquids per gases and how these vary with temperature. The curves applicable for air is a glycerin, crude oil and water respectively are. So it means first A curve is belong to air, the second curve B is belong to the glycerin, and the curve D is belong to the crude oil, and curve D is belong to the water respectively. Okay, so the option is it's talking about relative value of the absolute viscosity of some important liquids and how this varies with the temperature. So option A is a DABC, option B is a CBAD, and option C is a ADBC, and option D is a BCDA, and option E is a DACB. And graph is between is a absolute viscosity and temperature. So correct answer is A. It's according to this way, A, it means air will be, okay, it's increasing the temperature, the air will be, it's talking about the viscosity will be, according to graph, if the temperature is increases, so the viscosity will be, okay, here is the viscosity is maximum, and if we increase the temperature, viscosity is decreases. So in this way it's happened with the glycerin, and then with the crude oil and the water, so on. Question number 505. A channel is a 4 meter wide and 2 meter deep. The rate of flow is 20 meter cube per second. The flow is option A, subcritical option B, critical option C, supercritical option D. Data is insufficient. So correct answer is A, it will be. Question number 506. If the depth of flow over a V notch is double, the flow will increase. Option A 2 times, option B 4 times, option C 4.8 times, option D is a 5.6 times. So correct answer is D, it will be 5.6 times. Last question. Question number 507. So in this question, a trapezoidal open channel has the cross section as shown in the given figure above. In order to have a maximum hydraulic efficiency, the hydraulic radius is capital R and the length of the side is L, should be, okay, you can see the trapezoidal open channel cross section here. So here is the option A is D upon 4 and 2 divided by under root 3 D respectively, and option B is D by 4 and under root 2 divided by 3D respectively. Option C is D by 2 and 2 divided by under root 3D respectively, and option D is D by 2 and under root 2 divided by 3D respectively. So correct answer is C, it will be D by 2 and 2 divided by under root 3D respectively. Okay.